Alright, with Ancient Dragon down, we now have the Ashen Mist Heart, so we can go into the memories to face Giant Lord and get Souls of the Giant that we need for Vendrick. So that's where we're headed. Giant Lord and Vendrick are our next two bosses for quick and easy souls. But first, a very slow and arduous RTSR setup. There we go. Shoot that guy behind us just to make sure he doesn't sneak up on us, but we're not going that way yet. First, we're going to the memory behind the Pursuer for a Soul of a Giant. Forlorn can invade right here, so watch out for him, though it's not very difficult. You can easily lose Forlorn at the last Giant's Fog Gate if that happens. And we're just going to go through this area pretty much the same as before, except now we one-shot everything, so we don't need the Stone Ring. Now in this memory up ahead, there is also a Soul Vessel and a 20k Soul we could pick up. I'm not going to bother because we don't really need it. It's pretty slow to get it. You have to wait for a bunch of enemies to kill each other off. So I'm going to take the quick way through instead. But the items are there if you want them. So first, we're going to toss a skull up into the stairs into this room to keep all these enemies busy while we run through. At the top of the stairs, we're going to stop next to this dark spot here, wait for the ballista. There it is. Don't want to get hit by that. Steer clear of the giants and run through. We're going to drop down, grab the soul, and feather out. It's very important to feather out. Do not examine the giant again, because that will drop you right outside the memory, and those two hollows attacking the tree will be respawned and attacking again. They might hit you before you can even move. So make sure to feather out there. And now we're heading to Giant Lord. There's one more memory we could enter for another Soul of a Giant, but that's a difficult one to get. It's pretty far out of the way. It's a bit dangerous to reach, so we're not going to bother with it. That means we'll be doing half damage to Vendrick instead of full damage, but that's okay. We'll survive. You would much rather spend twice as long fighting Vendrick than trying to get that extra soul. Anyway, Forlorn can also invade in this area, by the way, so keep an eye on your Aged Feather. But again, it's very easy. You just lose them at Last Giant's Fog Gate. These Sword and Shield Knights are also the same. Lure him out, wait till he starts backing off, and then run around. And now we're heading into the Giant Lord memory, which is very, very easy. At the start, we're just going to wait for the fireball to land and then run through to trigger the statue's head. Then we're going to dart up the stairs on the left. Hopefully. Got to keep an eye on this giant in front of us, because if he's attacking in that area where we want to go, we might want to wait till the next fireball. So let's see if he turns around here. He does, so let's go. Run up to about even with the edge of the stairs there, and that'll trigger the statue's head to roll. We'll come over here and wait for it. Now if this guy doesn't die, no problem, you can just run past and you can't get to the other side of the statue. Or you can just kill him. Dark arrows and a good bow, he does not last long. So this is very, very easy. Also, that bonfire setting up there will allow us to farm this place forever if we want to. So for any reason you want to get a lot of extra souls, this is the place to do it. You can do this over and over and over again for as long as you want. It doesn't really get any more difficult. It just takes a bit longer. because Giant Lord is one of the easiest bosses in the game. As long as you stay patient, you should never get hit here. Dodge the attack, shoot 2 arrows, and wait. Dodge the attack, shoot 2 arrows, and then wait. Never go for a 3rd shot. It's tempting sometimes, and sometimes you can get away with it, but that's how you get killed. There's no need, just be patient. You should never die here. No matter how tempting it is, just stay at 2 shots, let your stamina recharge, and you'll be fine. And there we go. Now we grab the last soul that we need, and we're heading to Vendrick. Start by running through to the fog gate. We already lowered the bridge, so we can easily get through this way. Once we're clear of that room, we'll start setting up our TSR. Now for the next room, you could take it slow and safe again, kill the hollows, prevent the bell from ringing, lure out the enemies. But since the fog gate to Velstat's room is gone, it's pretty easy to just run through. So I'm going to take the quick route. And here we go. And there we go. They won't chase you all the way through to Vendrick's room, so you're pretty safe now. And here's Vendrick. He takes a pretty long time to kill, but he's pretty safe, pretty easy. We're just going to hug his back foot, and most of the time we won't even need to roll. Stay behind him as much as possible. Try not to get pinned against the wall. The worst thing that can happen is if he backs up against the wall and you have no room to get behind him. When that happens, you can either try and stay behind him anyway, and you might have to roll some attacks, or you can try to lure him out, which is not too bad, but you'll have to make sure you can deal with his other attacks in that case. But most of the time, just stay behind his back foot, keep circling around him, and you don't even need to dodge. So there are really only 2 attacks you can do from this position: that overhead slam and the horizontal sweep. It's pretty easy to just strafe around both of them. He's pinning me against the wall. Not good, but we're okay. And there we go. Alright, with Vendrick down, we have a ton of souls. So now we're going to go spend them all. Get that endurance that we wanted for Alana and Sin. So we can finally move on to take out that boss. We want to reach 52 endurance. That'll give us an extra attack on our two-handed rapier combo. But we don't need souls for anything else, so we're just going to get as much endurance as we can afford. As long as we reach 52, we're fine. And we can get 55. Excellent. Okay. So now it's time for Ilana and Sin.